Hello, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Okay, we have 11 people so far. And before we start with test automation, I would like to ask you if you have any questions so far. Or how are you feeling? Anything?
Is it raining outside?
Excuse me, I can hear you. Cannot hear. Can you repeat that, please?
Is it raining outside?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I live 1 hour away from Sacramento, but it rarely rains here.
Yeah.
You guys got to go to Seattle. It's raining all the time over here.
Yeah. It almost never rains here. It's always sunny. So boring.
It is raining actually during winter, but not summertime. I believe starting end of March until probably late November, it's not raining. Maybe some showers, something like that, but no rains. Okay, so good to hear that you're doing well. Hello, 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 everyone who's sending messages to the chat. Hello, Lydia. Okay, so I would like to start with some presents and bonuses. So I've talked to other guys, to Julia, to Stan, to Sergey, and about the bonuses we have. So first of all, let's get started from the best bug. So Julia sent me the name, and that person will get a t-shirt from us. So let me quickly find that person. And that person is Denis Shelichko. You're getting, Denis, you're getting the t-shirt, but I don't see you in the list. So anyways, I will reach out to Denis and he will get a t-shirt. I will send him a form that he can fill out, and we will get a t-shirt for him. Okay, so now I have another bonus for everybody who attended this. It's small bonus for those who probably will think to join us. For everybody who attended this free course, despite the fact that somebody completed all the homeworks, it's for everybody. So the bonus will be a huge discount for our first month. It will be $2.99 only for the first month. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to send it to the chat here and to the homework. Yarek says that I can give it to him. You mean a t-shirt? No way. I will send it to him. Okay, this is for everybody who attended the course. Okay, so let me send it to homework. Okay, this is all for those who attended the course, for everybody. In case if you want to join our main course or any of our courses we have. Okay, because we not only have manual and automation course, but also front-end course, back-end course, manual, mobile development course, and so on, right? So this is for everybody. Question? Yeah, go ahead.
What was the best bug?
The best bug? Let me find.
Yes.
Let me find it. Julia select that, so I need to find it. Okay, let me quickly share my screen to show you. Desktop. Are you able to see my screen now? So this was the best bug. So he found that you can, in the date field, you can put the year in incorrect format, which is month, date, and 6 numbers of the year, for example, right? And he found this, and Julia decided that this is the best bug with the high priority, and yeah, so Denise is getting the t-shirt, okay? Okay, but now is the bonus for those who completed all the homeworks. So I have some questions. I see, here's the list. Here's the list of people who have completed all homeworks, or at least some of them. So I see Irina Korob and Victoria Danilov. You guys are completed for manual QA only, right? So who I see? Do I see anybody of you? I see Victoria in the list, but is that you, Victoria? Is that Victoria Danilov, who's right now here in participants?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Hey, I see that you have completed only manual.
Yes, but
Why?
I wanted to see this lesson, and
Okay, so were you not interested, or
yes, yes.
were you not
It's interested for me, and I wanted to hear what about you say.
about JavaScript? So what I mean is, so were you thinking about JavaScript, or you just didn't have a possibility to attend that lesson, or what happened? Why you didn't complete that homework? Was there a reason for that?
Я хочу прослушать просто урок, как это будет интересно для меня или нет на будущее.
Oh no, that's not probably that. You're not Victoria Danilov, right? Not Danilov.
Yeah, Danilo.
You're Danilov? Ah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, then good. But you haven't completed JavaScript part. Okay, so the first guy who completed all homeworks is Alex Goman, right? Am I pronouncing that correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. So congratulations. I will announce the bonus right now.
Thank you.
Let's wait. You have completed all the homework, so this is a really good job. I see Irina Saluk, but you just completed first manual and first JavaScript. Second manual and second JavaScript were not completed. Then I see Kate Igolka. You have completed everything, so congratulations. So Alex, Kate, Dennis also completed everything, so getting the bonus also. And then we have Yarik, but Yarik, you have a problem. The first lesson is not accessible. Julia was not able to access it, to check it. Were you able to share that with her?
I haven't done it yet. But I know that I finished JavaScript. It's more interesting for me. I mean, I like it more.
You haven't, so you haven't done the first homework?
I have done it, but I haven't shared with her yet.
Okay. Okay, so I will make an exclusion for you, since you were asking a lot of questions, you were attending all the lessons, and you have completed, but you even shared it, but it was not accessible. There was no right for her to open that. And also we have Nadia, who has completed everything. So we have in total Alex, we have Kate, we have Denise, we have Yarik and Nadia. 5 people. Congratulations, guys. And we were thinking to also give you a bonus for the first month, but we were thinking about $199. But it's kind of not super bonus, right? It's kind of like 100 less than the regular bonus everybody else got. So how about 99?
$0.99.
$0.99. But
it's
again,
great. It's great. I agree.
okay. So here's the bonus, 99, but I cannot send it to the chat, unfortunately, guys. So I will send it to you personally in your personal chat, and you will get a special link. You can use it. You may not use it if you don't want, but if you like the course, if you would like to join the main course, and especially after today's lesson, you will have that link. So okay, so all the people, I already sent you the URL, the link for the regular bonus, and for the mega bonus, I will send you guys directly after this course. And let's get started. We have 18 participants already. So let me share my screen and let's try to do automation in the next 2 hours. So I have created a document for you. So let me share my screen first. Okay. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Let me send you the link to this document. This is my GitHub repo when I have created some simple repo for automation. And I created a Readme MD file with all the steps we will be doing. So this document will be accessible for you, and you will be able to use it in the future in case if you need to recreate repo, or somebody will be not able to follow something, somebody will get an error or something like that, and you will have to stop anything. This document will be available for you, and you will be able to follow it and create it from scratch, and maybe create it in the future when you need it, and so on. So let me share it in the chat first. Homework over here. This is Readme for automation. Okay, so this is Readme for automation, and I will also copy it in Slack, not in Slack, sorry, in Zoom chat. So for those who want to copy from here, I will send it to here. So here's the Readme for automation, and I will copy from here and paste it in here as well. So you have it in both, in Homeworks chat, in our Slack, or in Zoom chat. Okay. So you had prerequisites. I was asking you to install prerequisites, and if you have installed those, you will be able to proceed. Are there people who didn't install prerequisites?
I didn't install Node.js. It's still installing. I think already 2 hours I'm waiting.
That's probably some kind of error. So you can cancel it and then try to install it. It's usually takes like about 3 minutes. It's very
okay, we'll try it.
Something wrong happened. Yeah, so just cancel it and install again.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but yes, so you need to install it. So please do that right now, and you will be able to follow us. Okay, are there other people who didn't install or who had any problems with installation? You got some errors because there were videos, right? And at the end of that video, you can get some, you usually try to open Visual Studio Code or try to type command in terminal, and it shows you some messages that showing you that it's installed. Were there people who didn't install or who had any problems with the installation?
I didn't install because I missed some process.
Yeah, it was, you just missed the message. It was in announcements first. It was in announcements here.
Yeah.
Here's like prerequisites, and then
I
it was
will when the main course starts. I will catch up because you're gonna be repeating.
Yeah. But we'll be doing the same. Yeah. Okay. Good. So good. Let's then get started, guys. Or maybe let's ask again. Are there any other people? Let me see the chat. Can I use Sublime or PyCharm? If they are working for you the same, yes. We using VS Code. There are 2 reasons. Probably the best, my favorite IDE, like code manager, project management tool is WebStorm, but it's paid, and really good free example, it's absolutely the same, is VS Code. It has maybe a little bit difference, but it's free. It's totally free, and we are using it at the company, so I don't have to switch from one to another on my own laptop and on my work laptop. So I started to use VS Code also. So, but if Sublime or PyCharm working good for you, and they have terminal, that's okay. But all these this walkthrough will be built on will be based actually on VS Code. Okay, so as you can see, the first step is preparation. So create folder for storing automation project. So we need just a folder for storing automation. Whenever you would like to create, and wherever. So for example, if you would like to store that folder on a desktop, please store it there. But you just need to know that place when you're storing it. For example, in my case, I go to projects and I have projects folder for storing all my projects. And let me create a new folder and call it something my first test. Let it be like this, my first test, right? Okay, once I created this, I go to VS Code that I installed. So I open Visual Studio Code. And now what I need to do, I click File and Open. It's File Open on Mac and File Open Folder on Windows. So you open VS Code and click File, Open, or Open Folder on Windows. Click this. Then you go to .folder when you created your folder for automation. And I'm going to just not go inside, just select this folder by one click and then select open. Do not open it. Do not go inside like this. Select it and click open. So you will open, you will get something like I do right now. You will have empty folder, which says my first test. I'm going to close this and it will be empty. So let's go back. So what do we have else? It says open terminal. This is command line tool we are going to use. So you go to terminal in VS Code and click new terminal and you will see something appeared over here. By default, it should be terminal on Mac. Let me change it. Right now I have bash. But in your case, it will be no, there is no. Or maybe it will be bash free on Mac. On Windows, it should be CMD, but it doesn't matter. Anything will work for us. Okay. Is somebody behind, or everybody was able to get to this step? Just feel free to stop me. I will try to be slow, but if you're not getting something, if you're falling behind, just let me know.
I didn't
I don't
open
have-
the terminal. Sorry.
What?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, go ahead. Anybody else?
Just
No,
how
no,
to
that-
open terminal, please. I missed.
Click terminal over here in VS Code. You open VS Code, click terminal in new terminal. And then it will pop up. Okay, anybody else?
Got it. Thank you.
I just don't have that kind of options like one bash. I have something else like PowerShell, new PowerShell.
You
new
have
command-
CMD, you have CMD, command line.
CMD on a Windows, you mean?
Yeah. Are you on Windows or?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so you can select, actually PowerShell should work as well and CMD should work as well. CMD, bash appears when you, so actually it's default on Mac. On Windows, there is a git bash when you install git, but we are doing that during the main course because we are working with git. Here we won't have that option, so CMD PowerShell should work for you.
Okay, I'll have PowerShell so it works. Okay, thanks.
If something is not working, just feel free to stop me and we will figure that out. You can share your screen and we will figure that out, what kind of problem you have. Okay.
No, I have PowerShell, but I don't have CMD, like you said, unless you wanted me to open it like through like
Select CMD.
search field.
You click on plus over here on this
Okay.
arrow, and you have CMD over here. You can select CMD. If you don't have it, you're good to go with PowerShell.
Okay, I am with PowerShell. Okay, thanks.
Okay, good. Okay, anybody else? You have to be an empty folder. Just my first that your folder should be displayed over here. This is one requirement. And the second requirement, you should open terminal, and that's it. One requirement, second requirement. Okay, nobody is applying, so sounds good. Now, this will be a Node.js project, so we need to initialize it because right now it's a folder, it's just empty folder. In order to tell our computer that this is a Node.js project, we need to initialize it. You can run command npm init, and it will give you an options to configure to provide the name of your repo and blah, blah, blah. Or you can use this flag, like copy and paste the entire command, and it will create basic default settings for you. So I'm putting this and I'm going to use this. Copy this command, paste it in the terminal, and click enter. And that's it. And it should do something like this. And you will see package.json was created with this, actually, with this content inside. If I open it, there will be this content. So this is what was created by default. Okay? Please feel free to stop me if you didn't do this, if something happened.
What was that? One more time. npm init.
Like initialization. And
Oh,
then
init.
space.
Okay, init y. Okay. Yeah, just.
Let me do this bigger.
Uh,
npm init space -y means yes, and it will create default configuration for you. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Thanks.
Okay, good.
Sorry, Arthur. We
Uh-huh.
should do it with you right now, or just look at you.
Just follow me. Just follow me. I want you to follow me to have. Of course, you will be able to watch this video and do it on your own, but you have advantage. If you will be following me and you will get some error, I will be able to fix it with you. If you will be doing that later on your own, if you get some error, maybe you won't be able to fix it on your own, right? So yeah, I'm encouraging you to just follow me.
Okay.
Because I'm doing this at slow pace, and you should be able to follow me. Just copy and paste, nothing difficult.
Arthur, I have a problem. It says that term npm is not recognized. It's PowerShell. Should it work in PowerShell?
It should work. Do you have Node.js installed?
I installed it today.
Okay.
Let
So
her share the screen and we'll see it.
yeah, but I know what happens. You say npm is not recognized or something like that, right? That's a command. Okay, can you try to type node space -v? Will it show you the version?
Oh no, it's not showing the version.
So what was it showing? You can stop. Try to share your screen.
Again, it's not recognized.
That's bad. But let's see. Let's share your screen and we will try to figure out. So you just opened, right? Your VS Code was not open. You just opened it right now, right?
Yes.
When we started. Okay. Maybe we will need to restart your computer or something like that. But it will take time for you. But so let's see. Let's try it. Please share your screen and we will try to fix it right now quickly. If not, then later.
That's okay. You go ahead. I will restart my computer. I don't want to like everyone to wait for me. Okay.
As you want, because I can spend time. Are you sure?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay. So the next command, so we initialized our project, okay, but now we need to install the tools we're going to use. And this is WebDriverIO command line interface. We need to run this command npm install and module we are installing. So I just copy it, paste it, and click enter. And wait for the end of the installation. It may take some time because it's uploading this from the internet. And actually how it works, how npm works. So, and if you go to npmjs.com, there are a lot of packages. So we are just installing package. What packages? So when somebody created a code to, let's say, to display Google Maps on in your application. So instead of implementing everything from scratch, you just go install that module, and in your application you can display Google Maps. And for example, you're building mobile application with Google Maps. Let's say you're building something like Uber.
Node.js.
I can hear you. So who's talking? Okay, thank you for muting yourself. And this is how it works. So somebody creates a package. Or there is a package for sending emails. So I don't have to create anything from scratch. I go just to search for a package, and I install the entire package that has some specific purpose. So same with our WebDriverIO framework. Somebody just created a framework that has everything, that has configuration, that has test runner, that organizes the tests, that has assertion library. What is that? It's just a tool to compare actual result with expected result. So everything is in the box. You just install it and use it. So this is how it works. So by running command npm install and something, you just install the command, the package from here. And if I Google it, so it will be the same name over here. So whenever you click npm install this, it will install this. If you click npm install view CLI plugin, blah, 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 it will install this. If you write JUnit to HTML, it'll install this. So whatever you find this, it will install it. If you would like to, I don't know, read a somehow parse JSON to XML, for example, you need, right? There will be a module. There will be a module for that, and you will be just looking at them, what is better for you, what is maybe has easier documentation to understand, and you will see what to install and how to use it, right? It shows you how to use it, and you just install this module. So this is why, because this is the most popular package manager in the world. When some competitors with different languages have like 300,000 packages, this guy already has more than million, right? So this is why JavaScript is popular. One of the reasons, because there are packages for front-end development, there are packages for mobile development, there are packages for back-end development, there are packages for automation, there are packages for React for front-end development. So all those tools, they come together, and that's why it's the most popular. And somebody is using something for front end, and I can reuse it for my purposes, for automation. So when you run command npm install and then just package name, you just install the package. And WebDriverIO is a framework, and as a package, we just install it and use it. Okay, so everything.
What if we need to delete it?
Excuse me?
What if we need to delete it?
You do npm uninstall and the same package name.
Uninstall, okay. Just want to be sure that we can do that if we need it. Okay, thank you.
So what you can see right now, it installed, in my case, it shows some vulnerabilities or something like that, or it can show some warnings, but it's okay. The only problem if it shows some errors. If it shows errors, something happened. If it shows warnings or some moderate severity vulnerabilities, it's fine. What you can see right now, it's installed, no errors, and node modules folder appeared. This is when where all node modules getting installed into this folder. So whenever you do npm install something, it installs your module and all the modules needed for that module. Because module is not something single. Usually module requires other modules. So as you can see, we installed only this guy. But in real, if you open node modules, it installs a lot of other modules. Everything we need for it, it installed, right? So this is what WebDriverIO requires, all those modules. Okay, so now we need to configure our framework. So we will use command to configure it. So you copy and paste this command and npx video config. Okay, actually WDO config. Okay, and now we need to configure it. As you can see, there is a guide what to select. So you select on my local machine how to do that. You can navigate by arrows, but by default it says on my local machine. So you click enter. Then we select Mocha. As you can see in the guide, Mocha. Okay, so just click enter. Then we select Babel. It says no. Let's select Babel. Just type twice up and click enter. Then we need to provide this path. We will be storing our test files over here. So just copy from here or type manually, right?
Arthur, could you wait a little bit? You said we gotta press Mocha and then what else?
And then
Babel, or whatever. Babel?
Babel. You select Babel.
Oh, my.
And then for the text specs located, you type this and click enter. And I need a minute, so go ahead and please complete these, guys.
You got a question? Can you hear me?
I'm here, but I need a minute. I need to solve something.
I cannot hear anything. Everything is frozen.
Yes, but
Okay, it's silent.
We gotta wait for him a little bit.
okay, guys, thank you for waiting. I'm back. Okay, any problems so far? First
No
of
problems.
you
But I got a
select
question.
on my local machine, second Mocha, third is Babel, then you type this or copy and paste this and click enter. Okay, question?
Yeah, how we decided it's gonna be Mocha and Babel?
When you run this command, this guy, how I decided, or
Yeah. Why did you choose Mocha?
because this is what we are going to use for test automation, so you will be able to understand. This is our configuration. This is what I'm trying to show you. Everything we are selecting has some sense, but for now, unfortunately, it's not enough. These 2 hours to explain you everything. We select Mocha because we will be using Mocha syntaxes to describe tests, how to describe a test suite and single test. And I will show you the Mocha syntaxes once we get to that, but that's why we selected, because we're going to use it. And Babel to use modern JavaScript syntaxes, because without Babel, you need to use old JavaScript syntaxes. It's called CommonJS. So that's why we install Babel. And this is just the location when we store files, and that's it. Do you want the WebDriverIO to auto-generate some test files? We select no. We will generate, just type no and click enter. Not no, n, and type enter. Okay. Then we have which reporter we want to use. So here I set spec. Spec will be reporting our test in.
I believe your screen frozen.
Your screen is frozen, Arthur. We don't see anything.
Let me try share again. Can you see it back?
Yes.
Okay, so what we need to select is spec. It's already selected. So what you need to do is just click enter. Here, same thing. We're going to use Chrome driver. So we can use, for example, Selenium. What is different between Selenium, for example, or something else? So browser stack is a service when you test everything in the cloud. Same with, there are more services. There are probably Sauce Labs or whatever, Appium for testing mobile devices and blah, blah, many. So WebDriverIO is not the most popular test automation framework right now. The most popular test automation framework right now is Cypress. But Cypress is limited. It can only test mostly front-end, like browsers, like web applications, but not mobile, not anything else. WebDriverIO is powerful, is the most powerful automation framework. So it's used by specific projects when you need to test, for example, mobile something, or you need to test specific things. Then you use WebDriverIO. For example, we are using browser stack. So we are using WebDriverIO at my company and using browser stack, because browser stack give you real devices, all the browsers, all operational systems, all browser versions, different version of operational system, and so on. So that's why we use browser stack, but it's paid subscription. It's like $5.99 or $2.99 per user or something like that. So it's pretty expensive. We are going to use today Chrome driver. So Selenium can talk to many browsers. So why you probably heard a lot about Selenium. Selenium is the tool that stays in between your code, then Selenium in between, and then browsers. Browsers have their own language. Every browser has own language, and Selenium knows how to talk to each browser. So you send a single command to Selenium, and Selenium knows what to send to each browser. So this is Selenium. When we select Chrome driver, we just have code and Chrome driver, and we know what command to send to Chrome driver directly. And it will be a single browser for us. It's fine for us right now. We don't need anything more, especially for web testing, what we're going to use. And it's pretty stable, and this is what Cypress uses. Cypress uses or all Chromium-based browsers, which is Chrome, I believe Edge, and something else like Firefox or something like that. Yeah, just 3 browsers. So this is what Cypress supports, and why it's so popular, because it's easy to learn, it's simple, and people just for deciding to use it for startups, for something simple, especially if they develop only web applications without anything else. So we are going to teach you this because it's complex. If you know this, you can learn anything else, because everything else will be simple and easy for you. Okay, so we select Chrome driver, it's already selected, and you just click enter. Okay, and what is the base URL? And I have decided to test your application, the one you were testing a manual course. So I will just copy it and paste it. This will be our base URL. And just paste it and then click enter. That's it. It will start configuring the framework.
Sorry, Arthur. I need help.
Okay. What's the help?
I can do nothing after the second step. So when I put npm init y, after that it's okay, and after that when I put npm install, it write me that it's в общем неопознанный объект какой-то.
Can you show me your screen?
Yes, one moment, please.
Show me the screen. We will figure that out. Okay, copy and just paste.
Yeah, one moment.
Oh, I don't see that you do npm init first. I don't see. Can you?
No, I can show you because it's fast. One moment. So, because I'm doing it all the time, all this time.
Okay. So
Yeah, now I see it's okay. Yes, and after that I do this.
Stop, please. Stop. Can you go back? Can you click over here? Wait. Go back to VS Code and click over here.
Click where?
Yeah. So yeah, do like this so we see the files. Okay.
What should I do next?
No, nothing. Now copy and paste that command. The next one.
Enter. So do you know what is it?
No, it cannot read something. Can you do npm manually? Type manually. Try to type this command manually. Npm
instead of this.
Manually. Type it manually, just by your hands. Type it from your.
Here, you mean here npm?
npm.
You mean this?
Yeah, and you can do space just I without install, just I and space, and this command and that module name WDO/CLI.
Enter.
Mhm.
The same, yeah.
Let's count. Okay. Symbol number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It doesn't recognize this. It doesn't recognize this. Why? I'm not sure. Guys, who has PowerShell? Were you able to do this?
Yeah, I have just finished it.
And it was installed correctly, right?
Yeah, I haven't had any problems yet.
Mine passed too. Everything okay.
Maybe she needs to update it.
Can you do this? This little arrow over here? Let's select something else.
Попробуйте выбрать PowerShell первый, не второй.
Yeah, try to do another PowerShell. Why?
PowerShell over here on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Справа
You mean
нижнем
here?
углу. Yeah, just choose
And-
PowerShell. Да. Yes.
Or try command prompt.
And-
Теперь перепишите снова.
Так.
No, you didn't have to do that. Like it worked. Try the second one. That already worked. You didn't have to do that.
So I should continue, yeah?
Yeah, you should continue. You don't have to do the first one. You don't have to do this.
Я запуталась.
You don't have to do the first command, what I mean. You just take the first one, the second command. Go.
Now I can I just continue? You mean this, yeah?
I mean that you didn't have to do npm anything.
Yeah, okay.
It worked, so you just need to continue. No, select not
Okay.
PowerShell, select command prompt. Try to select command prompt. Not here. Over here.
How do you guys update PowerShell? Just let her update it.
Not PowerShell. Not PowerShell. Command prompt.
Command prompt. And do the second?
Yes, try to do the second. The first one already worked. If it worked, it worked. That's it. Maybe something with your computer. No, it's working here. Okay. So use command prompt. Instead.
So is it working?
Yeah, it's installing right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, let me continue sharing my screen. Okay.
Let's wait for her a little bit for the minute because she's going to be behind.
She will follow us because I will be.
Yeah, you can continue. Thank you very much for
I will be pretty slow. So if you just follow those steps that we
yes,
will be able to. Just pretty quickly. Okay, good. So let me continue. Are you able to see my screen now?
No.
Okay, let me try again. Desktop, share. How about now?
Yes.
Okay. So once you do this, you should do everything. Then you should see this file appeared. Actually, two files, Babel config.js and WDO config.js. So this is the main configuration file that should be a result of this command. Do you have this file? Everybody has it?
Yes.
Good. So that's it. We configured it right now. So now what we're going to do, install.
Uno momento, please. I don't have it. JS automation, and I have a lot of them inside, but I don't have that.
And select specify the
My first test.
option
Okay,
select online login machine.
I have a lot of them inside, but I don't have the package JSON. Package JSON I do have, and
this guy, did it finish for you?
Select Mocha.
Like on my computer, it looks a little bit different, so that's why. I have a little bit more over here on the left side than you have.
Let me see what you have. Let me mute Nadia because she's talking.
Okay.
Share your screen. Figure it out.
Where's my screen? Okay, can you see it?
Scroll up.
So if I'll do it like this, so that's basically what I have. It's over here.
Scroll up. You just have opened Node modules. No. Just scroll. Open JS automation and scroll up. Okay. And you can click on Node modules and it will hide it. Okay, you just open that folder. That
okay.
Okay, good. So it seems like you're good.
Thanks. Yep.
Okay, anybody else? Any problems? Yeah, please tell me about problems, because even people who will be watching videos and following us, maybe they will have the same problem and they will need to fix it. By fixing your problems, maybe we will fix somebody else's problem who will be just watching this video. Okay, so now copy the command from the fourth step, which is installing WDO sync module. It will run our test in sync mode. It's important because why? It's new, actually. It appeared only today, because previously it was by default. Right now it's not by default, and I had to install this separately to run tests in sync mode. It means one after another and not to skip something. So we need to install this as an extra step. Copy, paste, and click enter. And it just wait till the end of the installation. That's it. It installed. And now we will be creating our first step, a test. Okay, everybody's ready? I hope so. Okay, so what to do? You need to create test folder here. So you just click over here, where's the empty space, right click, click new folder. It should be called test. Create this folder test. Now, if you open it, it's empty, right? Nothing happens. So we need to right click on it and click new file. And then just name file test.js and enter. That's it. So what you need to have, test folder and test.js inside of it. But be careful, do not create test.js in here on this level. It should be in test folder. So when you open it, it's a little bit shifted, right? As you can see, it's a little bit shifted to the right because it's inside of this folder. When you click it, open it and close it, it appears and disappears. That means it is in this folder. So it should be test and test.js. It should be empty file. Okay. Okay, everybody's ready? If not, just please feel free to stop me. Okay. So I'm going to continue. So now we're just going to copy and paste our code. So step number 5 contains the first code we're going to run. So you just copy the entire file. Just copy and paste. Okay, and you should get this beautiful code inside your file. And I will help you with something. So as you can see right now, this file is not saved. This white dot means that it's not saved. And I need to manually actually go file and save, right? But what you can do right now at this point, in order to, what happens right now? If I click over here, it will be saved automatically, right? I don't have that white dot anymore. It means it's saved already. So what I have, go and select this autosave. You can select it, unselect it. So I select autosave, and it autosaves all the changes for me. So I don't have to manually go and save any file. Whenever I type something, right, and I move my mouse out from the file, let me just, let's example that. Good. Oh, it saves automatically. Even right now, it's also automatically saved already, right? So this is the important, because sometimes you're trying to run your code and you forgot to save your file. It's not saved. So it runs the old version of the file. Even if you see the changes over here, they are not saved in the file. So it will be saving the changes automatically. So this is a pretty good option, file and save. And also what you can do, there is a right click and there is format document, where for example, I didn't format my document pretty well. As you can see, it's beautifully right now showing me all the levels, these lines and everything. But let's say I messed something up, right? I was not following the rules, writing something bad, no spacing and good. So what I can do, I do right click, format document, and everything becomes beautiful. And now what you also can see here, I can close the entire function over here and open it, and can close this function, can close this function, in order not to display it, because if I finish it, right, and just work on this one. So this is also what VS Code gives us as an advantage. Okay, so once you copy this, so what we have here, you don't have to write this from scratch. So you don't have to know how to write it. I can write it for you. So the syntaxes will be describe. It's a function that you run, and it accepts two parameters. The first one is a string, which is the name of the test suite. So describe is a test suite, the set of tests, and it is a single test. So the syntaxes will be one parameter and the second one. The second one is a function, which is in this case arrow function, that I open. So this is first parameter, comma, and second parameter, which is the function. And we write everything we want inside of these curly braces. So I put enter, and my code, VS Code, automatically formats it, right? So I have start typing over here already, right? So this is how it works. And same for it. It has the same syntaxes, but you don't have to know how to write it, because I never write it from scratch. What I do, I just copy and paste. If I need to add one more set of tests, for example, this set of tests is testing, I just name it page, because I'm going to test page title. What is displayed in here, this is the page title, right? The name of the tab in your browser. And I'm going to test URL of the browser, and URL is here. So I'm going to test those two things to make sure that they are correct. So I'm testing title and I'm testing URL. And whenever I need to add another test, what I do is just copy it, do two spaces. I try to keep my code clean, and I'm suggesting you doing that. So between the end of this I do one space, one empty line, and then I paste the another it. If I forgot to do that, I put my cursor over here and do another line break. So I have space between them, and I clearly see this is my describe, this is my test, because this is test suite, this is the name of test suite, this is the test and the name of the test, and inside we will be writing code. So, and if I need to copy and create another describe, which is this test suite, because I'm going to test something else. For example, elements are present on the page, or page functionality. It will be a separate set of tests. I'm going to copy the entire describe, line breaks, and paste it. And I'm going to remove all its and just rename it. So going to remove this code. And let's say this will be called elements, just elements. And I will be checking that some elements on the page. So let's call it first element. So this is how I'm doing. I'm just copying and pasting, and I'm not writing this code from scratch. But you need just to remember, if you need to create another, for example, if you create another test file, you just copy this from this file to another file and start testing. Just rename your test suite, rename your test, remove this code from here and write it from scratch. Simple. So you don't have to write it from scratch, you just copy and paste. So this is what I'm doing daily. I'm not writing it from scratch. Whenever I need another it, I just copy one and paste over here, remove the code, rename it, because I'm going to test something else, something third test, and write my code in between in these lines. This is how it works. Clear? Is this clear? Again, I don't want you to be confused. I just want to explain that you don't have to understand how it works under the hood. This is Mocha syntaxes, actually. This is, you were asking me about Mocha. This is Mocha syntaxes. It's called Mocha. So this is the way how you define your test suite and test. And Mocha created that syntaxes. And right now, WebDriverIO is using it. So Mocha is a part of WebDriver, right? And many other things are part of WebDriver. Selenium, if you install it, is a part of WebDriver. Chrome driver, what we installed, is a part of WebDriver. Babel is a part of WebDriver right now. That's why we use WebDriver, because it's complex and ready solution that you just install and use. And that's it. So right now we can run this test. By running the command, we can run this test. So you should just copy it from here and paste it in your Visual Studio Code. And this is
a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, describe is a name of our group of tests, and tests are inside of it, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
by using describe in it, you just organize your tests. This is the way to organize your test, right? Because you don't have to write everything in one long file. You would like to organize it. You would like to, for example, test page level tests. For example, we are going to test title and URL. This is page level. We are not testing any elements, just testing page in general. So I would like to put it into set of tests called page. So that's why I create describe, and inside I create two its, and it is a single test. That's it. And you just name it over here, and you write code in between, and that's all you need to know. You don't have to know how it works under the hood, how Mocha works. I don't know how Mocha works. I just know that whenever I need to create a set of tests, I copy and paste describe. Whenever I need to create a single test, I just put it inside of it. And then I just write my code. And how to write code, that's what I'm going to show you later. But what you need to understand by this moment is describe is set of tests, and it is a single test. That's it. And do formatting all the times. So as you can see, what VS Code gives to us, it formats everything so you clearly see, okay, this is where my describe starts. Then you have the line and where it ends. Same for it. It, since it's inside describe, it's not over here. It's with spacing displayed over here. If I'm writing something inside of it, as you can see, it's with spacing displayed over here. So I clearly know logically. So this is some first level thing. This is second level thing. And this is where it ends. And this is third level thing that it is inside of the previous level thing. And you clearly see, okay, this is my describe, this is my it, and this is code inside of it. Because if you write it in a simple test editor, it will be a single line over here. You will never have this formatting. So this is advantage that all the IDEs gives us, all the text editors, code editors give us, right? Clear understanding and formatting. That's why I'm suggesting I always put some spacing between my functions. So I clearly see this is my describe, this is my it, where it starts and ends. This is the next one, and so on. Because if you start writing over here, right, over here, if you don't do formatting, like I do, and you will put more and more, and even auto formats for me, right? For example, it's really hard to see when it starts, ends. You have to really look at it, right? And you don't have spacing. So when you put spacing between, you say, okay, at least you can see it starts, it ends. But now you don't see that this is the inside because it has the same level. So always do formatting, and it will format it for you. If it's not formatting, probably you just made some mistake, like skipped something or something like that. So it will not find the right solution then. Okay. Okay, so let me remove everything. So this is what you need to get. Okay, everybody has this right now? Okay, how to clean my clear. Clear is command key. K, command plus K. Okay. Oh, who's calling to me? My daughter. Okay. Okay, so this is how it works. About this code, we will talk later. This is what I'm going to explain you next. Now, let's run this code. Let's run it and make sure it's running for you. So in order to do that, you need to run this command. So copy npx wdo config wdo-config.js. Just copy this command and paste it. So what that means, npx command tells run WDO with this configuration file that we have over here, right? That's what this command means, but you don't have to understand that. Just run it, because you won't be typing this command in the future. We will do that differently. Okay, and seems like it's opening browser. It's waking up the server because it's sleeping. So it will take probably 15, 20 seconds. Maybe even our test will fail by that time, but we will see. No, it's here. Okay. So what you need to see as the result that it passed. Okay. Tell me if you're not seeing or you're seeing some errors or something like that.
If I want to do it one more time, so I just copy and paste again.
Yes. Or what you can do, you just on your keyboard, you click arrow up, and you can navigate through the last commands you were running. Up, down, as you can see, up, 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 right? It remembers all the commands you were running in this session. So you can do one click up, and then you can run it again. You don't have to type it or copy paste it. You can navigate through those commands by typing up or down on your keyboard. As you can see, I ran it again in 4 seconds this time. Okay, but we're actually not testing anything here. Not testing, we're just printing the result into the console log. Right now, I'm going to show you how to test it exactly, that it's correct. Okay, but it is, yeah, go ahead.
I have a problem, like it failed.
Okay, good. Please share your screen. Let's see. Stop share. Let's see what happened. We will be able to solve anything in this world. Okay, good. Your Chrome is not updated. Do you have Chrome on your computer? It was
Yes,
one.
I do. I updated it today. I don't know what happened, but it's interesting. I did everything you told us to do.
Can you go to Chrome? Can you open Chrome just on your own? Manually? Yes, I mean, go manually open Chrome. How you do that? Yeah, see, it says current browser version is 89. So probably you don't have 80. For example, line, let me show you what it's showing for us. Over here, it says that current browser version. So if you read the error message, it will tell you everything about your problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it says that we have Chrome driver version 90, and this is what we're expecting, but your Chrome is old, right?
Okay, thank you.
So you need to go to your browser, and let me try to share my screen. So you open the browser. Here's the browser. You click, not here, over here, and you do help about Google Chrome over here, and it will check for the updates. And it says Google Chrome is up to date because I have version 90. For you, it's 89, and it should show you the update button or something like that. And you click it and you update to 90. Once you have 90, it will work.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, guys. Now we would like to simplify. We don't want to run this command all the time, to run this long command. So how npm works? So npm works with packages on. When you did npm init, it created package.json. So package.json is the main file that shows the system that this is Node.js project. So it contains the information. If you open it, it contains the information about your project, about the version. It was created automatically. Also, it has lists. It lists all the dependencies we installed for our project. So when we were configuring everything, we installed all these dependencies, right? Also, it has scripts. So scripts we can run from this, and one of them is test. So go and put this command instead of this long script. So you remove everything in between those double quotes and you paste this command, or you can just copy from here the entire script with test. Let me copy it with test and paste it there, or you just copy this command and paste it in between those double quotes. So what I'm going to do is copy the entire command, the entire script, and replace my test, but this entire script. So this is what you need to have as an example. Script test contains the command we were running for run the test. And now, instead of running this command, long command, you will be able to do npm run test or npm test or even npm t. This is the shortcut for this test script because it's default one. So it has a shortcut. And if you do npm test, it will run this script. So you don't have to type long complex command. You just put it here. And you then run the short one, which is npm, oh, I'm sorry, not here, npm t. And it will run this script for me now. And I can do, can create other scripts here, custom scripts with my name or whatever I need to do, or to run regression test, smoke test, API test. So I can have different commands, different scripts, but for now we just need this one, which is test. Okay, Yarek, you raised the hand. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I just had a quick question for you. What if we don't want to use like Chrome? Can we use any other browsers? Yeah. And if we can, where do we have to let the code to know that we want to use any other browser, let's say Opera?
Actually, when we were configuring our application over here, right, we selected Chrome driver. But there was Selenium that works with many browsers. And there were specific, when, for example, if you want to use Firefox as your main browser, there was a Firefox driver separately, right? Or you use any other service like Browser Stack, for example, that we are using at our company. It covers everything. All the systems, all the mobile devices, all the versions of systems, all the versions of browsers, and blah, blah, blah. So you can run not only in current browser, not only in Chrome driver. We're using Chrome driver because it's a limitation that many companies are using. Many companies, when they're developing their product, they say, why do we need to test many browsers, spend time for that? Let's just select Chrome as our main browsers. Like half of the people in the world anyways using Chrome driver, so let's use it, right? And so on. So this is the usually limitation what we have, and we don't want to use many browsers. That's why we use Chrome driver here as well, and this is what we are using at our company. So we have one project when we use Browser Stack because we are testing mobile devices there, but another project where we have only web application, we just use Chrome driver. We don't use anything else. We don't even use Selenium.
But how often can it happen? Like if it works, like let's say it works on a Chrome, but it doesn't work on Opera or whatever, it doesn't work on a Firefox. So does it happen or it doesn't?
It doesn't happen often. It's one reason. Second reason, sometimes we just don't care. If we see that only 2% of people using Opera in the United States, we say, okay, that's their decision. And we don't aim at 2% of people. Why we need to spend more money, spend manual testing, animation testing, adding more stuff, spending more money, paying people for that extra effort just to cover those 2%. So that's why when you manage project, it's not about like, hey, let's do everything. You think about money, you think about resources, you think about
time. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, thank you.
That's why on our web, and that's why Cypress is very popular, because it uses only Chrome-based browsers, which is Chrome, Firefox, and Edge right now. Edge also Chromium-based right now, the new Internet Explorer. So it supports only those, and nobody cares. And many people just use Cypress because they don't need anything else. They just need those browsers. They just have web applications. They don't test anything mobile. They don't test anything else. So let's use Cypress. It's easy. We are using this because we use more complex solutions and we need something more complex. So this is the most complex, but it gives you more tools to use and more flexibility to, okay, let's test mobile, let's test this, let's test this. But you can always, again, it's more advanced, but even right now, if I'm not configuring, I will just need to go and install another browser or another service and add it over here. So there is in configuration, there is services over here. Right now it's Chrome driver. I will just add another one if I need to. I will install it by npm install, and then I will add it to services and it will work. I will test in something else as well. So it's doable. Everything is configurable, but you won't be able to learn it today in 2 hours only, right? Okay. So let's get back to it.
Thank you.
Welcome. No problem. Okay, so now you should be able to run your test with npm t. Let me know if that works for you, or if not. Okay, this is how it works. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this website. Let me find, where's that link? Base URL. Somewhere, it's here. So I'm going to go with manually in the browser. Okay. Open it. Okay, so first of all, it says text start, and the URL we're expecting is this one. Okay, this is what we expect by default. We are going to this, but it will automatically open line patient. Okay, so we expect this to be default, to be the correct URL we are getting. Okay, and the page title should be text start. Okay, this is what we expect. So here we are not actually testing. So how to test something? I'm going to remove these lines with console log. Just go and select them and remove. So how it works, how this command works, pretty simple, super simple. If I go here, I actually shared that link in this documentation. I shared the link, use WebDriverIO API reference for more methods. But we will right now, let me open it in a new tab. Open it. So this is the WebDriverIO website. If you go to API.
Arthur, please, could you just, I think I'm a little bit behind. So package.json, we have to change like test, npx, blah, blah, video run, whatever.
You copy it.
Yes, I copy and paste. So
And
what else do we have to change on it?
Nothing. You just replace over test, the old script with this. And then you're able to do npm t, and it should run your test.
npmt, okay.
npm space t.
First is M or N, like Nancy, or
N, Nancy.
npm.
Node package manager. npm node package manager. Test. And T is shortcut for test. np. Okay, sorry.
Oops.
Not
something.
there.
Something went wrong.
Over here.
And PM and PMT.
And it should run this guy. And that's it. It does the same script.
It doesn't work for me.
What happened? What does it say?
A lot of errors.
Okay,
wait a second now.
Worked for you previously.
Okay, over here are a lot of errors.
Okay, because you have double quotes inside of double quotes. Yeah, no.
Oh, it works.
Yeah, it works.
Okay.
Everything matters. Coding, everything matters. Everything matters. So if you do something, just single symbol is incorrect, that's it. Everything is broken. Everything becomes broken because of one symbol. So you should be super precise. And it's actually showing you that. Okay, I'm not reading something, it was highlighting it. Okay, so now go back to our test. So here, what we are doing, browser.url. if I go to my API, WebDriverIO API, how can I get it? From this same guide, step number 8, you have WebDriverIO API a reference. You can open it in New tab. So you can still have this and open this. And go to browser. Just open browser and you can see many commands. Whatever you need to do, you need to delete cookies, run that command. You need to get cookies, run that command. You need to do something else. So in this case, we just use browser URL. And by providing URL, we just let our browser know where to go. But you need to remember about base URL. So we provided base URL. So here we just use slash, means that just base URL. Because base URL was done by us in configuration. So it automatically goes to base URL, which is this part. So it goes to this address. So that command navigates to this address. So everything, so why we use frameworks? Because they give you ready commands that you can use and your browser will execute them. So this is the first command we need to use to go to this URL. And then you would like to do something. How to test, how to get title? I need to use get title command. So again, I go to browser and here's somewhere should be get title. Actually, I don't see get title over here. Let me search for it then. Interesting search. Get title. Okay, it's separately stored somewhere else in protocols over here. And there is another command. So it comes with Selenium, with official protocol docs, and there is browser get title. Okay, but anywhere, there is this command. This command is to get title of the page, and you will use it one time. Only one time when you test your website, when you need to check title. Okay, so this is how I use title. So this command will return the title of the page, but somehow I need to test it that it's correct. So for that, we have comparison library that's called expect, that we are expecting something. And in expect, you can see a lot of things over here, a lot of commands. So you just click on it. For example, to have title, probably something similar I need to. Okay, it even shows me, as you can see, it even shows me the usage of this command. So I go to browser URL, and then I expect browser to have this title, and I provide this title as a string. So let's copy it. Why not? For example, from here. This is to have title containing, but I need to exactly match. So let me copy from here the entire command, and I will just remove this. I don't need it anymore. I just need expect. So what I will do, I will paste this, but I will replace this string. So what I need to have right now is go to URL. This command goes to URL, which is base URL in our case. And I expect browser to have title, and I need to provide expected result. So this will be actual result, and this will be expected result. So, and it should be tech start, right? And let's run npm t, and let's see what happens. Okay, something is opening. Okay. It waits. I'm not sure what wait time we configured by default. It failed. Why? And it shows me because I put text start with space and it's super precise. So it shows me, okay, page, as you can see, page, describe, which is test suite, and 2 tests. One of them failed, one of them passed, because we are not checking anything here. It passes automatically because we don't have any expect here. We are not checking the result. So title is failing. So it shows me one passing and one failing. And it shows expect window to have title, and it shows expected. I put expected text start with space, and I received text start without space. Okay, but what is correct? If my requirements say that it should be space, I just found a bug, and I will raise a bug report saying that there is no space between those words in page title. If I did a mistake and I didn't put it correctly and it should be without space, so I will correct my expected result. And right now I will just run this simple command. And that's it. This is all for this first test. This is my first test. Go to URL and just expect browser to have title. That's it. And that's why, again, test automation is so easy right now. That's why right now everybody is switching to JavaScript, because those libraries are very simple. Everybody can learn them. They use human language. You don't have to write super complex commands to click something. You don't have to write simple, super complex commands to do something else, to scroll down or do something. There are commands: scroll, click, whatever you need to do. There are commands for everything you need to do on your web page or in your mobile device. There is everything you need to do. So you just look through those commands in elements, in browser, in expect. If you don't have everything for expect over here, you scroll down and there is another library for just expect. It has even more expects methods, right? So I listed everything. WebDriverIO API reference for all the methods and expects. And if you need to have more, you go to just expect library. It has even more methods for expect. It's for expect only. Maybe you need to expect something else, right? So for example, something to be and blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of things over here. So it's for everything you just can imagine that you need to test. Even if you would like to test that something is undefined, something to be null or whatever, everything is here. To equal is the regular command we are using. If we are comparing something to equal to something, right? So this is the command we are using regularly, and so on. So everything is there and everything is super simple. You just go look for the command you need and then you test it. Okay, so now let's test the URL. So let's see if we have URL. Yeah, to have URL, command is in expect here. So let's just copy it and paste. That's it. You don't have to do another browser URL, and I will explain why. Because you went to that URL already. So, and then once you land there, you just continue testing. If you need to go to another URL, for example, line doctor or just doctor, you need to do something at the bottom. You have another describe to test doctor functionality. You just say browser URL and go to doctor right now, and it will go to doctor URL, right? But once you get there, you just testing because you already land on that page and you just test. And simple. Okay, so I will remove this and I will paste.
A real question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You gotta remove browser URL from there, like by default.
Will not go anywhere.
Wouldn't it land by default in the home page?
No, it will not. It will open browser, but it will not go anywhere. It will just be empty tab. You can try. Why not? You can remove, run the test, see what happens, then put it back and so on. So up to you. You can play with it. It's sandbox. You can just play with it. Okay. So right now I'm expecting my URL to be this, to have URL, my browser to have URL this. Let's run it. It should fail because it's not my URL, but let's run it. Let's see how it works. The first one need to work right now. Okay, I see it's failing. It's giving me some commands over here. Okay, it's trying every probably half of the second trying to get it. Yeah, it says, okay, so this is what I got. This is what I expected by you. This is what you expected. And this is what I received. And this is what I'm going to copy because this is what I need. Okay. Yeah. So this is my, let me close this so I have more space. Okay, so this is my second test. This is my first test to test title, second test to test URL. So I have now correct URL. Now let's try to run it. And let's say you cannot find something by just looking at the list you can always use search and, for example, click, right? There's even double click. Click. Let's try to find it. Yeah, it's click over here, and it says, okay, you need to use element selector and then click that element. And even some I can see that there are some others default optional commands over here that we can provide. But by default, it can be just click without this part, and I will show you. Okay.
Arthur, can I ask you something? Over here, it says 0 passed, 1 failed. But basically, I have 2 tests, so it's supposed to be like 1 passed, 1 failed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, could you just the bottom? Okay.
We will figure it out.
Over here. So basically, this one's supposed to work. And this one's supposed to fail just because these are not the same over here. And was this?
Could you make terminal bigger?
I am not sure how am I supposed to do that.
You need to hover over that line separator between your file and the terminal.
Okay.
Line above, right? See, and you can drag it up, make it bigger. I need to make it bigger. Okay, and scroll up so I can see slowly. Wait. Okay, page. Passing? Oh no, it's okay. It shows 0 passed, 1 failed. It doesn't show your every test. It shows you the file, that one file, which is test.js, failed, because you can have many files inside. So it does at the end spec files, right? You can scroll down, not scroll down, but you can see over here that it says here. It says correctly, right? 1 passing.
Yes.
1, right?
Yes, that's what I expect. Yes.
It's all in this place. It's all about spec files, and this is the spec file, and you have one of them, and it failed, right? Okay. That's what it says. If you have more, it will count every spec file. So in this case, it counts tests. In this place, it counts files. So that's the difference.
I just thought that it would show me like, okay, this is fail and this is pass. So in this case, I would know, okay, well, where's the problem?
Here it's showing you. Here it's showing you. It's showing you expected and what it received. So you just scroll up and see what happened.
Okay, well, in this, okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, share screen. Share. Okay, got it. So this is the URL. Okay, so what to do next? Let's copy the entire describe. Do 2 line breaks and paste it. And I will remove this it. And I will just empty this it. So I will have the second describe, starts, ends, and it inside. So this is what you need to get. I will rename it to elements. And this one will not have the name for now because I will need to go and explore what I'm going to test first. So you need to go to the website. Actually, you will get, when you will be working, you will get some requirements from your management or from your lead, what to do, what to test. So you will have clear understanding what to test. But right now, I'm just going to explore what I need to test. So I'm going to our file and see what I'm going to test first. I need to test that there is this element. This line is present. So let me see if it has some specific things I can use. No, they didn't. So, so I have ID over here, but I don't have anything else. So these guys didn't put any thing I can use over here. So what I can use for the image, for example, nothing. It just says GSS 4, GSS 5, GSS 6. So this guy is GSS 6. So this is what I can use, JSX 6. It's unique for it. Okay, so now how to find element on the page. So usually what I do, I inspect, just right click on some element I'm trying to find, inspect, right? And I'm getting it in here. So I'm just hovering over these elements and trying to understand where it is in the code. So in this case, as you can see, I have button. So this is the element I probably going to use. And I'm looking for something unique. So in this case, actually, I can use text because it's unique. And I can use ID if it has, or I can use class or something else. How it's called? Oh man, forgot how it's called. Tags. Oh, let me remind myself how it's called if I cannot remember. Let's go to expect. Attribute. Oh, okay. So attribute. So those attributes. If there are unique attributes, so I can easily use that as well. And how to use it? Let me open. I have a nice guide. I didn't add it to my guide, so I will add it. So using CSS selectors in JavaScript. Okay, this is what I use. So by using this guide, I don't remember anything here. So you need to understand that you don't have to remember anything. You always can go and Google and find whatever you need. That's what I mentioned during the previous class for the interview. Nobody knows everything. When I need to go and find something, I go and find something. If I forgot how to find specific element, I can use this. So how can I find some element? So as you can see here, I mentioned several commands. For example, how to click something, how to set value, how to wait for something to be displayed. Here is the browser to have URL, something to be displayed. For example, this selector, expected selector to be displayed. So you just copy this, and copy it, right? And same you can have here. For example, if you go to expect, you will find to be displayed. And here you can see that they are doing that in two steps. They do element first, and then assign it into this variable, and then they use variable. But in my code, I just use it inside right away. So I have a single line of code, not two lines. So I'm not assigning anything to a variable and then use it. I'm just doing this, putting this in right away in here, right? So you can do same as my way. You can just copy from this way. So whatever you want to use. Let's use this one. So you have mine over here, but let's use how they use over here. So okay, let me say that I would like to test that this text is displayed. Text is displayed. And I need to call my method. So I'm checking elements in this suite. I will be checking that elements are present. So let me check that text is displayed. Text is displayed. So this will be my test. I'm going to copy this. So I have this element, some element, and now I'm going to see how can I find it, that element. And then I will be expecting this element to be displayed. Okay.
On the line 16, you want to try and test or text?
Text. You're right. Text is displayed. That's correct. So this is the name. This is the name. And remember, the name is a string. So it should start with the quotes or double quotes and end with quotes or double quotes. If you, for example, do this, you've broken your code already. It doesn't work, right? It highlights everything because this is the start of the string. There is no end of the string. It doesn't know what to do. There is no end, right? So this is why coding is very important, and you need to know that every symbol matters in the code. So you should be very clear and precise. Okay, good. So let's use this command. So this is how they are looking for the element. The only thing I need to do is just put unique identifier for this element over here. So how it usually works, let me show our project that we are using. Let's go to our QA environment. So we are asking developers at my job, on our project during the course, we ask developers to add IDs to the elements. So it's easier for us to find the elements. We don't have to use some complex approaches to find elements. We just tell them, hey, we need ID for this element. Please do that for us. And I like my developers at my work right now because we are building new project right now and they have a new lead, and that lead came to me in saying, hey, Arthur, what can I help you with? What you need for automation? And I told him right away, hey, what I need is IDs and clear code. You have container, then you have button in that container, then you have test in that button. So everything is a proper level and unique IDs for everything. So I will be able to find everything. That's it. For automation, I have everything. So if you inspect our project over here, you will see that it has ID. It's unique ID, and I will be using it to find this element. If I inspect this forgot password link, it also has ID. If I inspect this field input, it also has ID. So I will be just using ID. I know it's unique for this page, right? And everything has ID in this case. This button has ID, right? Over here, button all. This language selector has ID, right? ID, yes, over here. Everything has ID on our website. We didn't have that before, but we were asking developers to do that. In case of this, we don't have IDs, but that's good. I will then show you different approaches, how to came up with different ideas. So what you can use this guide, and you will be able to pretty much find everything. In order to, so I'm not using this and I'm using this. What I'm interested in this part. This is how I will be looking for my unique element. If you have a single div tag on the page, you can use just div. You can use just div tag name and you will be able to find it without anything. If you're going to use ID, you put $, and then ID name. For example, in case if I would like to find, let me demonstrate on that website again. So you're able to see, for example, I go to console, and username, right, is my ID. So how I will be able to find it? I use the same command as I have over here in my code, this one. So $, then round brackets, and then I will put string inside with ID. So let's do that. So syntax is the same. Let me actually copy it from here. Why not? I copy it from here. So this is how to find the element on the page. And I go back to my browser, and in console tab, I just put some element. This guy has ID username. I just double click on it and copy. And I can paste it over here. This is how I'm looking for unique elements, username. And as you can see, it highlights it right away, right? It highlights it right away. So actually, I even can try to click it over here. So let me see this ID, button forgot. So let me do button forgot. It highlights it, and I can even tap click. And what happens, I will click it, right? I went to forgot page. So in here, you can limit some limited functionality, and not everything will work, but at least you can find element that it's working. So I'm going to do the same for my for this element. So what I see is that this element, I'm looking for this guy, inspect. It has over here, this section has JSS6. It's one class. This is one class, and they are separated by space. It's another class, and this class is unique. I don't see JSS6. Let me click Command F and look for it. Yeah, it's 1 out of 1. So it's only one. It's unique on this page. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do $, the round brackets, and then string inside. And I'm going to try to find this class. So I'm going back to this guide that I'm going to add to my document so you can use it. So how to find tag? You just use tag name, P or div or span or input or wherever. But we don't have unique. We have a lot of divs. On this website, we have a lot of divs. So div is not unique, right? So that's why we cannot use it. We need something unique. You can use ID by using $, and then ID name, or you can use unique class, which is dot and class name. So let's try to find it. by class. So what I need to use to find the class? What sign? Who can tell me? Dot, and then class name. As you can see, it selected this this section. Okay, so I'm good to go. So I found my element. I will just copy it from here and paste in my code. So now I will be looking for the element with class JCSS6. That element will be assigned to this variable, and I will check that this variable to be displayed. So, and I copied this. I didn't write it on myself. I just copied it from here, from element matches to be displayed, right? So let me run my test and see if it works. Okay, let's run it. Good, it works. Text is displayed. So I will do another it. I will just copy and paste. Now I will check image is displayed. So it will be absolutely the same, but the element will be different. So let's try to find this element for the image. For the image, let me do this for you. Inspect. Okay, who can tell me what we can use over here? Actually, we can use Alt, get in line. Do we have Alt anywhere? Let me look for it. So how can I do search here? I click Control plus F on Windows or Command plus F on Mac over here, and search bar appears over here. So I just paste and see, oh, it cannot find it. Why? But it's here. Maybe get in line. There is button get in line, but this attribute alt get in line is unique, so I can use it. So there is no alt get in line. There is only it means alternative text. I can use this, or I can use the entire section. Check entire section, JSS 7. So JSS 7 will be pretty straightforward because I will just replace JSS 6 by JSS 7. It will find me the section, but I would like to show you how to find this alternative text by unique element by using this guy. So
I got a question about this actually.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
the alternative is what it's going to show in case it wouldn't be able to find a picture.
Yeah, that's correct. But I mean, for me, it's just the way to find something unique. This element.
Yeah, that was a question. If you will be able to find it, how can you check if there is a picture or if there is only text on the page?
Yeah, I can check the image size. I can check a lot of things. Right now, I'm just checking that the element itself is there. I'm not checking the image, its size, or anything else. I'm just checking that this element is displayed on the page. And also, I can get size, and I can compare size with expected result. We can do that as well. But for now, I'm looking for something unique for this element. And this element image has unique alt text. No any other element has that. So I can alt is actually, even alt is unique. Alt attribute is unique. As you can see, it's 1 out of 1. I don't have anything else. Yeah, so I can use it to find this element. And then once I have this element, I can measure size. I can do anything else with this, but I need to find this element. So I will use alt equal to get in line, because this is unique, to find this element. And then I will measure the size and do whatever I need to do with this element. But I need to find it. Or I can actually use source. Source is probably also unique. Let me try to find it. SRC. It's 1 out of 4. So the next one has some function. Next one has chunk.js, and next one has chunk.js. Okay, so I can use source equal to this to find this element also. So let me do this. So how to do that? This is how to use tag. This is how to use by ID, by classes. I need to find attribute. As you can see, there are children. You can find the element div that has a tag as a direct children, or you can have div element that have A as not direct children, or maybe any other children. With A, you will be able to find it. So it has a great description. And this is how I look for it. I'm just by getting elements attribute. Okay. P style. They are just looking for the attribute. I'm looking for the attribute equal to something. To check attribute value over here, this is the tag. This is the attribute, and attribute equal to. Okay, so I am just going to copy it from here. Copy, right? So tag, attribute name, and the value of the attribute. And I'm going just to replace it by what I have. So good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test it first. Let me test it first. Here is my application. So I have this and this. Okay, so let me test it. So this will be my, so what kind of tag do I have? The tag called image, EMG. I'm going to copy it and replace A by EMG. Okay, where EMG, where alt equal to get in line. Get in line, right? This is unique thing for this element, and it finds this element, as you can see, right? Or this is also unique, where source equal to unnamed, because there are all source attributes, but they equal to something else, and this is the only element where source equals to something else, to this, and I will be able to find it by that query as well. So element where this equal to this. Yeah, as you can see, I was able to find it. And this is how I do this. I look for the selector I need to use and just try to find the element. And in this case, I'm looking for image where source equal to this. And this is unique case for my page. There is only one element with tag image where source equal to this. And this is the way to find the element. But then let me use this one. I like this one better. Image where all text equal to get in line. Okay, so I was able to find this image. It's here. I was able to find it on the page as well. So now I'm going to go and paste it here, and this will be my next step, test. Okay, let's check and run it if it works. Okay. Okay. Good. 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 And now I'm just going to make it my syntaxes. So instead of doing two steps, I'm going to put this guy instead of element variable here and just remove this. So now I'm checking directly this element to be displayed, and same here. Replace the entire code here, replace this element variable and remove this. Now not forget to do format document, and that's it. So now I'm doing that just in a single step. I'm just checking that this element here right away and to be displayed and to be displayed. And you can add more. You can check something about this, get in line, inspect. So what do we have for this guy? Button, movie button label, and so on. Actually, this guy probably will be unique. This class, oh man, did I close the browser? Yeah, sad. Okay, let me inspect it again. And something unique. So first of all, class, is it unique or not? I'm going to copy it. Oh man, copy and Control+F and search for it. It's CSS file. Yes, so it's unique for the button. I can find the button. So how about the table? I'm going to inspect it, find when it starts, multi-table, one of those, multi-table root or multi-table sticky header. So let me try to search for this. This is CSS. Let me, this is table class, it's unique. Okay, there is no other element. This is coming from CSS, and this is only element with this class. So I'm good to go and use class. It will be easy. So I will just quickly copy and paste 2 more tests. Table is displayed. Yeah, and in this case, button is displayed. Okay, so for table, I'm going to use this multi-table root class. And how to use class? Who can remind me? What symbol?
Dot.
That's correct. And then class. Oh man, here. Dot and then class name. Okay. And in this case, also there is unique class that is button something. Let me inspect it. Button. Oh, there is a button, multi-button base root. So let me try to find if this is button class. There is only one button with this. Okay, so I'm going to use it. Good. Dot multi-button base root. Let me run it. Okay, it's passing. So what I'm going to do is copy describe again and create third describe. And here I will quickly show you how to test something more complex maybe. Okay, so to do. So let's do functionality. Functionality. Button click. Button click. And okay, so I'm just going to remove this and this. So what I will need to do, actually, I found the button already. This is my button. So I'm going to copy it from here, paste it, and I would like to click it. Click. This is the method for click, and you can find it in WebDriver. I already found it, right? Just by using search, for example. Click. Click over here, or going to elements, everything you do for the specific element. For example, add value to clear value, or set value, get location of that element, get size of the element, get text from that element, get value from the text field, and many more things. Save screenshots, scroll into view something, right? Wait for clickable, wait for enabled, wait, whatever. There are commands for everything you can imagine. You need to wait for something, you need to click something, you need to add value to some input field. So you can do everything, you can simulate any action you can imagine now. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to click the button first, just button click. I will not provide this part, I just will do button click. And one more command I'm going to use is browser pause. And here you defined amount of milliseconds. Let's pause for 3000 milliseconds, which is 3 seconds. And what I'm doing this, I'm just going to click the button and I'm putting pause is just to prevent browser to close right away, just to see what happens when I click it. I just use pause to see what happens. And then I remove it because I don't need it. I don't need my automation, quick automation to stop. I need it to be fast. But in order just to see what happens, yeah, this window is open. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting. So now my functionality requirement says when I click the button, something should open. The pop-up should open. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click the button, and the second step, I'm going to test that pop-up is open. And for that, I need to find something unique for this pop-up. Okay, so it has multi-paper, multi-dialog paper. So let me try to find if it's unique. This is all classes. This is the only element. These are the duplicate. This is actually not matching. This is partially matching because multi-dialog scroll paper is a single class. This is single class. This is all single class, but my search is looking even for partial text. But I see multi-dialog paper with SM. It's also long class, but text is partial. What I'm looking is unique. This is unique, multi-dialog paper. There is no other element with this, right? You can see CSS style, and only this element. That's it. So I can use this class to find the dialog that it's open. Okay, so I'm going to use this, and I'm going to check that it's displayed. So same thing here. I will paste it over here. And now I just need to paste this dialog class instead. So what I'm doing, I'm clicking the button and expecting dialog is open. And dialog is open. And I'm expecting it to be displayed. And let's see if it works. Super quick, and it works. Yeah, button click and dialog is open. That's it. I tested the functionality as well. And then, as you can see, this is how I organize my tests. So the scribe is this level, right? It even prints the result accordingly. Then it is a single test, and it prints result accordingly, if marking passing or failing. Elements are second describe, and that's why I have it separately over here, even in my report. And I have this as a tests, right? And I have functionality separately because it's separate describe, and separate it for button click and dialog open. And then you just can continue. Okay, so that will be it for today. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to promise you that I'm going to add CSS selectors to my guide over here, so you can use it as well, so you don't lose it. So you have this guide how to find different elements using different approaches, right? So you will be able to do that. And also what I'm going to do is to tell you that, of course, automation testing is not so straightforward. It's way more complex. That's why I'm going to just quickly open you and show our test framework that yesterday we had the last class for the current group. And I'm going just to show you how complex our framework. As you can see, there are a lot of files, a lot of files, right? Different levels of files. So we store selectors separately for every page. We testing API. We're doing API testing, right? It's way more complex. We have some cleanup tests to clean our test data once a week. We do regression testing. These are regression testing files. We do smoke testing. These are all created by same students as you, but after the automation course, right? So it's way more complex. That's what I want to explain you. We use page object model approach when you create a separate class for a page and then reuse it. And we store selectors separately in separate files. We don't use them like hard-coded. Expected results that we provide, like the text is equal to this, the page title is equal to this. All these values are also not hard-coded. They are stored in separate file, and we import it from there, right? And we even have email logic. After we complete the test, we send email. We created logic to send emails to ourselves to get the result on our emails, right? So automation testing is way complex. Unfortunately, I cannot explain it in 2 hours, but the purpose of this lesson is just to let you know that it's pretty simple if you follow steps and you follow the guide you have from the teachers, right? Because it's step-by-step guide. Once you have something, you just use different commands. Of course, you need to learn JavaScript better. That's why we have JavaScript basics for 2 months. People just getting prepared for automation for 2 months. And then for another 2 months, they just do automation only. So this is how it works. So of course, in order to create complex logic to send emails, to create complex folders, it needs time, but they were able to do this, right? So everybody will be able to do this. And this is pretty much what we do at work as well. Actually, one of my students who yesterday completed the course, he was already working as automation in my team, and he's doing the same at work, same thing. So he was even there was a funny story. He was copying the code from our course repo to the repo at work, and some test data left there, like this URL left there. And one of our colleagues said, "Hey, I saw something strange URLs like to int games that work. What the hell is that?" Like, right? And I was laughing because I knew that he just copied that from our code. But this is how it happens. Even you will be able to use the code you create in the future, because it's the same code, right? You will be able to use it in the future. You create it, you have it in your machine, and whenever you need to get ideas, you go to your code. And I'm doing the same. For example, I have my one project, and we were building automation there for 2 years since I joined the company, because I'm the one who started the automation there. And it's very complex with a lot of logic. We created very complex email logic. We sent complex HTML file with beautiful bars with the percentage of failure and passes, like that bar has different colors, right? We were creating that logic for many years. And right now, when I create a new project, and I create a new automation there, I just go to that project, see my code. Okay, let's just copy and paste. So I'm reusing my code. I'm not writing anything from scratch. And you need to understand that as well. You don't have to sometimes understand something, because for email, we use SendGrid, and SendGrid, same as WebDriver, just tell us, hey, in order to send email, just use this command, like SendGrid.send email, and provide your HTML. So you need to create HTML, then import it and provide it in here, and then click send. And that's it, you send it. So all those modules, all those frameworks give us pretty good possibility to test whenever we need without almost no effort, because you have commands to do everything you need to do on the page. With the browser, with particular element, to measure its size, to measure its position, to get attributes, anything you want, you can do by using just simple commands, human language, right? That's it. This is how it works. You just look for what you need to do. For example, you need to set value to some field. You look for that field, for unique identifier of that field, and you use set value. And that's it. And you provide that value over here. And here are the example: input, set value. And you will get this value in that field that you get over here. This is how it works. Pretty simple. You just read the instructions and use them. And a lot of time, actually, you will be using for just Googling and researching. Right now, what I'm currently working and doing at my job is I'm researching 2 approaches how to test API using Axios or using Postman. That probably, no, it was in our main course, manual course, Postman to test API, but how to implement it into the Azure pipelines. And I'm just literally Googling different solutions, trying to implement them, playing with them. This is how it works. You never know everything. You Google daily, especially if you're a developer or test automation engineer. You just daily Googling, looking for solutions. But everything is there. So right now, there are a lot of tools. You just read the documentation, how to use it. And here you have example, right? You just copy this, paste it, and replace this by your unique identifier. And this is by value you need to put in that field. And that's it. It will work for you. That's it, guys. I'm done for today. Hope you enjoyed. I will do what I promised. I will add the link to this document. Please save this link. I posted in a Zoom chat. I posted that in homework chat. So please save it, because you will be able to create this framework from scratch whenever you need. This is it. Plus, I will send mega bonus to all of you who successfully completed all the homeworks. That's it. Any questions, any suggestions, any impressions, any words you want to tell to me, whatever. Go ahead.
How will you send the bonus?
I will send you in Slack, in the previous private chat between you and me.
Okay, thank you.
I will send you a link to that. that bonus. Yeah, so you will be able to use that bonus to sign up. Okay.
Arthur, I have a question, just like kind of funny maybe. Is it possible to automate, let's say, flight tickets? If the price is like lower, it's going to send me a text or email or something like that.
Yeah, you will need to do the same. You will need to go to actually a lot of things you will need to think about the logic. Okay, how to do that manually, right? If you do that manually, what you do, you record your actions on the website, what you do, and then how to find the lowest price, what you will look for, what element you will look for. You manually record your actions, and then you try to implement that actions into the code. Plus, if you would like to get email, you will need to implement email logic. Yes, everything's possible.
So how about phone number? Does it work with phone number, or that's a little bit harder?
What do you mean phone number? Like,
let's say it's going to send me a text.
Yeah, you will just need to find a solution. You just Google
how to send the text to the like text message to the phone.
Node.js module.
You can check Twilio.
To send Twilio. SendGrid is part of Twilio. We use it for emails, but you can probably use it for messages as well. To send a text message. Bandwidth something with Node, right? They are paid services, some paid services, but let's see. Twilio, this is what we are using for emails. And they say, hey, okay. Okay, yeah, they provide you something. You register on the website and they tell you, hey, this is what you use.
Yeah, you'll have like 1,000 text messages for free.
Yeah, I need to check. Let me check if I stored my, do I have in here? Oh, I didn't say my password. Oh man, SendGrid. Oh, it probably is separate. Yeah, SendGrid is part of Twilio, but it has separate login. That's why. Yeah, you will just need to figure out. It's just Googling. That's what I'm doing. I don't know, right? But I'm doing this right now. Okay. 78.156. 78.1. Oh man. Oh no, that's not the right one. 91.336. Okay. So yeah, so we register over here, and I see email API only, right? Okay. So not in this case. Integration guide. So same with will be Twilio. You just go register there, and then you just read the guide. Read the guide. They said, hey, you have your key, and yeah, and then this is the code you use, and we have the exact same code. And here, this is the HTML you send. And you say hello world, and it will send hello world. You send something more complex, it will send something more complex. That's it. You just copy and paste the code, and this works. And then this is how we implemented it. It's pretty simple, actually. Again, it's same as we did today. When you follow the guide, when you have the guide, you will be just doing step by step, and it will work. So same here. You just, hey, send text magic over here. Send another thing, right? Send SMS with Node.js. You install it. Quick installation. And here it is. Right? Here it is. You probably need to some username and some password on their website, right? You need to log in, and they will give you your username and password. And once you use them, that's it. You just use this command to phones to send and to text to send, and that's it. Simple, super simple. Register, use username and password, use text message, and use phone numbers. Probably separated by comma or something like that. And that's it. This is super simple implementation. Everything is doable, guys. You just need to learn the code, and you will be able to do anything you want. It's not something difficult. You need just
and let the magic happen. Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot, unfortunately, you cannot learn everything in 2 hours, in 3 hours. So it should be step by step. That's why you need to learn basics first. Then you go automation, and you do front-end development after that. You cannot do front-end development right away. You are not learning React right away. You need to learn basics, JavaScript basics. You need to learn how to use loops, how to use objects, how to use arrays, how to use built-in methods, how to use all of that. Only then you can start learning React. And once you use React, you say, okay, I would like to send emails from my application. This is how actually what we use here. In this application, when we need to remind password, we're also using SendGrid because it's simple. And it gives free amount of emails you can send, about 1,000 or something like that per month. So just use it, or 100 per day. I don't remember exactly, but something like that. And yeah, we just use it. We just implemented it. Then you go to the next step. Let's learn mobile development, or let's learn backend development. Those simple steps, you can learn everything effectively. This is how it works. Good. Anything else? I thought it would take 2 hours, but it almost took 3 hours. But it's okay. I hope you enjoyed and learned something today.
I learned today that the best, I mean, what we have to do is copy paste. That's the best thing what we have to do in our work. I mean, after I find it.
Because
the best skill that we can have.
That's really important skill. Because what happens usually, instead of copy pasting, people try to type. When they type, they do what? Yes, they do mistakes. And you skipped one thing, then you, oh man, I have to retype it. And come on, just copy and paste. Easy. Copy it, paste it, that's it. Super skill. Yes, that's a really good comment, because that's really important. Copy paste is easy, and you sure that you're copying something correct, that it's working. Okay, anything else? Questions, comments? Did you enjoy the lesson or not? I need some feedback.
Of course, enjoyed. I enjoyed this lesson, all your lessons. And now I understand how QA-shiki do test.
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah, because before this course, I cannot understand. Maybe QA engineers should be like programmers, but now I see that it's more easier.
It's easier, but again, remember that when you create complex logic like this with emails, with page object model, you are actually your test development engineer, your software development engineer in test, as that. This is how it's called, because you're doing the same. So the repo, the automation repo in here looks absolutely the same as React repo. Node.js, bunch of files, bunch of imports, exports, a lot of complex logic. It looks the same. So that's why when you're doing real automation, not today we did pretty straightforward, right? Just file, just steps, everything hard-coded. You just compare expected with actual. But if you do something complex like we do on the main course, this is not simple. This is software development in test. But again, you do that over 2 months. So of course you learn how to do that.
Yeah,
And then you're able to be a developer, because a lot of guys after automation, they go to front-end development because it's very simple to switch. You just need to learn JS6 React syntaxes, and that's it. Because everything else is the same. The skills are the same. How you import files, export, how you use JavaScript, everything else is the same. The difference is only the tool, the framework itself, which is, in our case, WebDriverIO. In case of front-end development is React. In case of mobile development, it's React Native, which is pretty similar to React. In case of backend development, it's Express.js, but the approach is the same Node.js, package.json, Babel config, and everything else is the same. So the projects are the same. So that's why you are a developer, but in test. Good? Anything else? Come on.
Who's gonna check our test result в общем, исправить ошибки в коде
In automation?
девелопера?
In automation?
Hmm?
In automation or where?
Yes, in automation.
Yeah, if you will be having problems, just let me know. I will help you. I will be the one.
No, I mean, I'm a tester. I'm tester, and I've done this document with a lot of folders. And how web developer will use my this folder?
You will be using,
What?
probably you will be using it only, and you will be the one testing it. Nobody else will test it.
I think she's trying to ask how she gonna let developers know about bugs she found.
Yeah, you will just raise it manually. Raise it manually. You found the bug, you go to the system and raise it manually. Just, hey, this is the failure. You will get a screenshot when you test. We have, for example, temp folder. When something is failing, nothing is here because we get all pass, but it will be screenshot over here whenever something fails. You have a screenshot right away. And yeah, you just raise a bug report. Or you can automate that process. Up to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's even possible to automate it if you it's all agreement. If you agree with developers, hey, this is will be bugs automatically generated from automation. This is how they will look like. We'll have a screenshot and maybe something, but because you need to understand, because you will be able to understand the problem from your code. Maybe developers, they won't be able to understand, so you will need to explain them. But once you agree, maybe you will even implement the feature to report bugs automatically. So it's up to you. Because once you write code, you can do whenever you want, because there are a lot of tools to use, a lot of frameworks to use, and you can do whenever you want, whatever you want. Okay. What else? Come on. Anything else? Any questions? Okay, I will read the chat. Are you using Postman for API testing or VS Code? Thanks a lot. No, we are not using Postman right now, and we are not using Axios. Axios is just a module that we install. Npm install Axios. One module to use to just send and get API requests and responses. So we just trying to understand what to use better, because Postman has some functionality. When you can write tests in Postman, then you can export it as a JSON file and then use it. But we're trying to see if maybe writing code is better to implement into the pipelines, continuous integration pipelines. So I'm just trying to figure out what works better. Especially what I'm trying to do now is to use data-driven testing. So we have a file with data. This is need to be equal this, this is to be equal this, and we just use that file to test everything, not hard code as we did, like, hey, test that title equal to this. Everything will be in that file. So we throw the file into the automation and it tests everything according to that automation. So this is the approach. And I'm trying to explore whether to use Postman or just regular code. But with code, I can do anything. So just a matter of if Postman can do this effectively. If not, we will just use code. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ira. Thank you very much, guys, for attending this course. I think you're a very great group because, you know, often students are not asking questions. They are not motivated enough, and you are great. You're probably the best free group that we had so far. So thank you for attending. Thank you for completing the homeworks. Thank you being so awesome. I really appreciate that. I appreciate that you came today, and we still have 15 people here sitting and listening to me. So appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. And I have one more question, please.
Go ahead.
How many time or days or hours it takes to test one simple project?
Oh, it depends on the project. What you need to do is, it's based on the amount of developers. So it's more about question about project management, not about your skills, for example, as test automation. It's for project management. For example, you have 10 developers. Okay, let's maybe have 5 test automation engineers. And your goal will be, whenever they build something, your goal will be to try to cover that functionality after them by tests. If you see that you need more people, you hire one more engineer. And now you have 6 people covering after 10 developers. And you need to try to find that golden middle ground when you have the exact amount of people that can cover the functionality after those developers. And you find that middle ground, and that's it. They produce, you cover. They produce, you cover. And that's it. So there is no like amount of hours or amount of people. It really depends on the project, on the complexity of the project, because sometimes for developer, it's just single line of code. For you, it's like more line of code to cover that, to check different negative, positive cases, right? So it's not always the case that it's this amount of people, this amount of hours, or this amount of developers and this amount of QAs. It's project dependent. So you need to see on the exact project. Better?
Yes.
Denise, raising hand, question?
Yes, hello, Arthur. I'm really appreciate about T-shirt, about your course and work in your team, study. It's very, very, very good. Actually, I'm studying now also in a Skill Factory course of QA. So I can compare now about different things, what using actually in Russia, Ukraine, or North American market. About question in Postman, and most of them using Postman, you use another tools. So it's really good for understanding how things works in North American market. Also, CV is absolutely different for Russian market, for Canadian market, for USA market. So it's very useful now to understand how it's work, what about interview, job description, everything else. So I'm really appreciate, because it's very good experience for me to understand all these things. So thank you very much.
Thank you for a great feedback. Thank you for completing all the homeworks. Thank you for the best bug report. So that's why you're getting that T-shirt. I will send you a link.
Thank you. I'll try to do the best.
Okay, good. Awesome. Okay. Any other feedbacks, comments, concerns, questions, anything? Okay, then thank you guys. Really appreciate your attendance. Hope to see you in the future. I will send everything I promised, and hope to see you in the future. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you.